Hello everyone, this is Ashish here again. Welcome to my channel Options X. So in this video we are going to talk about how to defend a short straddle. So I've done a few videos on management of strangles earlier. You can check those videos out. One of the videos that I did was on how to adjust strangle, and then there were a couple of simulation videos where I had taken positions in few stocks and had shown how to defend a short straddle. So this video we are going to look at how to defend a short straddle. So let's first talk about what's a short straddle position. A short straddle is a position where you sell an at the money call option and an at the money put option, and we get an upfront credit for that. Just like a short strangle, again the short straddle position will benefit in case that there is a range bound movement in the underlying and you get the daily theta burn, or there is a volatility decrease, in which case option premiums go down, resulting in the profitable trade. Contrary to it, the trade will turn a loser if the opposite happens. That is, if there is a one directional move and our break evens which we have got by selling a straddle are taken, or there is a IV expansion. So in any of these two cases, we'll see loss in short straddle. Okay, now coming to why and when of adjustments. Actually, this slide and the previous one which we just saw, these are the two slides that I have covered in my strangle video. So if you have watched that video, you can skip this slide. Like I have been saying that adjustment is not something which will turn an ugly position into a profitable one miraculously. But adjustments is something which you need in naked short option position. The idea is to keep an ongoing trade alive for some more time, and to give trade sufficient time so that the thought process with which we have initiated the trade takes its course and we get to make money. But if there's a very sharp move in an underlying and the trade is going out of our hand, it's best to cut out that position. Just like we saw in case of, I think Axis Bank, it was in the simulation video of Stranger. Uh, yeah, so because when we are short straddle or strangle, and if there's a one-sided move, then there's a lot of delta risk, and we are obviously in a trade which is against us. So if an underlying is going up, it's like we are short on that underlying. So if a trade is not working, it's best to cut out that trade. This is the payoff of a short straddle diagram. So let's say Nifty is trading at 16,550. So we short both call and put of the same strike, which is 16,550. We receive a credit, and then this is how the payoff looks. So maximum profit will be if Nifty expire at our short strike, which is 16,550, and the credit which we have received, that distance becomes the break even on either side. So we have received about 200, little over 200 for this short straddle position. So our upside break even becomes 16,750, and downside break even is 16,350. These are the Greeks of a short straddle. Obviously, the position is delta neutral. Now, theta is higher in as compared to a short strangle position. So we have a daily theta burn which is more than that of a short strangle. Any short strangle which we might have chosen. Obviously, we are short gamma and short beta. Now, how straddle is different to strangle? So first of all, like I said, straddle will have a lower break-even range as compared to a strangle. The example which we just saw for the payoff diagram, the break even is about 200 points on the either side. So we went short on 16,550, and the credit which we received was 200 points. So it is 200 points on the either side, the break even. But if we go short, let's say 17 delta strangle, which will be 16,300 and 16,800 for a credit of say $50, then our break even in that 17 delta strangle is 300 points on the either side. The credit received in straddle is much higher as compared to that in strangle. So daily theta 1 in general might be higher. We'll talk about theta decay of straddle versus strangle in some time. Now, given the narrow break-even range which straddle offers, it's relatively harder to adjust a straddle than to adjust a strangle. Now, all this which I'm talking about, this is with reference to trading straddles positionally. It could be in Nifty, it could be in stock options. I'm not going to discuss much about intraday management of straddles in this video. That is very much different to what we do positionally. Positionally, we like to hold our position and roll the untested side up because we have time on our hand. But in intraday, you can't just do that. So intraday straddle defense mechanism is different as compared to a positional one. This video is more towards the positional side of it. So if you are watching this video and hoping to make straddle adjustments intraday, it might not help. But the underlying mechanics would remain the same. That is to reduce the delta risk when there is a directional move. We have seen that in case of straddle. That holds true in case of straddle as well. At any point in time, we don't want to be in a position where there is a huge directional risk. Now let's talk a bit about decay curve of a straddle versus a strangle. We all know that theta decay curve looks like this. We have seen this in many videos, and we have been studying all this while. That theta decay curve looks like this, but that is for ATM options. If we look at the OTM options, which is this green one, the theta decay is much faster earlier in the expiry. We see that this is slower, but this is steeper curve. So if we put in strangles early on in the expiry, the theta decay will be faster for strangles as compared to straddles. And this is primarily the reason we like to do strangles earlier on in the expiry, say 30-35 days to the expiry. And then when we are closer to expiry, say 15 days to expiry or something, then we like to do more short straddles as compared to short strangles. So there's a slight difference between decay curve of ATM versus OTM options, which one should know, and it will help us deploy the positions accordingly. Now let's talk about the defense mechanism. Like I have said earlier, there's not much we can do when it comes to straddle adjustments. So the first line of defense is obviously going inverted. What does it mean? When we are short straddle, one of the legs will become in the money very soon. So let's say if Nifty is trading at 16,550 and we short a 16,550 straddle, Nifty moves 50 points on either side, then one of the legs will become in the money. So if it moves up, our call becomes in the money, and if it moves down, our put becomes in the money. So the first line of defense is roll the untested side and bring it to ATM. We'll first complete the theory bit, and then we'll move to Opstra simulator and see how we can defend the straddle. Now inverted strangle carries the same profile as that of a regular strangle. There's no reason for us to do an inverted strangle, but since we already had a position on and we are trying to defend that, that's why we are going inverted. Otherwise, if you want to put in a strangle, it's best to put in a regular strangle as compared to doing an inverted strangle. Why this is done? This is done in order to manage delta risk on the tested side. So when we are going inverted, we are receiving some additional credit, and our break-even gets extended on the tested side. It can be either done at the breach of break-even or it can be done slightly earlier. That depends on your comfort level of where the trade is currently sitting. One thing which we have to be watchful of, that the net credit received on that inverted strangle has to be greater than the width of the inverted triangle. In most cases it will be, but there are times when when we are closer to the expiry, it might not be true, or I mean, it will be very little credit for us to be in the trade. So that is something which you can always check before going inverted. And like I have been saying earlier as well, it's best to get out of naked positions 1 week prior to the expiry because of the gamma risk. So this net credit which we are talking about, it will happen only if we are doing this adjustment very closer to the expiry. So if you follow that rule, there's no need for us to look into this particular thing. Next is you roll the entire straddle. So let's say you have shorted a Bajaj Finance 6000 straddle and you have received a 400 points credit. Now Bajaj Finance moved to 6400. So instead of going inverted, what you do is you roll your entire straddle to a higher strike, say 6100 or 6200. So with that, what you are doing is, again, you'll be paying some debit to roll the entire straddle, but you will be extending your break even on the upside. So that is another way by which you can defend the straddle. Rolling straddle in time is also one of the option. What does this mean is that if you are short on straddle in one expiry, let's say in August expiry, and you are closer to expiry, then what you can do is, if the straddle is being tested, you can roll the entire straddle. You can book the position in August and shift the straddle to September expiry. Again, this is not recommended because straddle is more of a volatility trade. You know, straddle should be done when there is high IBP, high IB environment. It should not be done at all in a low IB environment. So if there is a high IB environment, and this is a specific to expiries. So current month expiry might have higher volatility as compared to the next month expiry. So if we are rolling to next month, it might mean that we are going from a high IB position to a low IB position already. So again, that might not be beneficial. Credit obviously will be higher because there's more time to expiration. So again, this is something which is not recommended, but people do this as well. Other options which we saw in case of strangle adjustment were like adding butterflies on the tested side, which can be done. Setting up a new straddle at the breach of break even. Now this is again something which is not very which is not ideal way to do straddle management, because essentially we are putting on a new trade. So let's say if we are short Tata Consumer 800 strike for 30 bucks and Tata Consumer moves to 830, we add a new straddle at 830. This is not a straddle management. This is essentially putting on a new trade. But some people like to do that. So I thought that is another option which can be covered. This obviously means that you are deploying your position in chunks. So, if you could do two straddles early on, you might have done just one, and you kept that money for the second straddle parked in case the first one is not profitable, and you bring that money to the table and adjust your position. So that is basis that. A few best practices. There's no ideal time to put on straddles or strangles, but like I've advised, strangles early on in the expiry and straddles later. Straddles should be sold only during the high IB environment. If the IBs are low, they are best avoided. Manage your winners early on. Since the credit received is much higher, you can think about booking your gains much earlier, 15-20% of the credit received. I cannot emphasize this point enough that trade conservatively. Make sure of sizing the position accordingly. Do not trade based on the margin required for selling a straddle. It might be very less. It might be 3 lakh for a 15 lakh underlying. So don't do that. Trade based on exposure. For indices, you can trade with 2.5 to 3x exposure, but for stock options, you should limit your exposure to 2x. Now let's look at how we can implement these ideas that we have learned. So I'm going to Obstra Simulator. I'll try to put in a position in Bajaj Finance. So it's June expiry. Let's say, what if we sold a straddle on 26th of May, and Bajaj Finance is trading at around 5600. So we sell a 5600 straddle and we receive a credit of about 460 something, yeah, 463, 464 kind of a credit that we receive. So obviously this is how the payoff looks, wherein we get the most profit if Bajaj Finance expires at 5600, and the credit which we have received is 463. So our break even is 463 points higher on the upside and 463 points lower on the downside. So it's like 51372 to 6063. Delta is almost zero. Theta is about 800 bucks at the start of the trade, and obviously we are short gamma, short vega. Okay, now let's see what happens to this position going ahead. Okay, so on 4th of June at around 12 o'clock, this is how it looks. Bajaj Finance is trading at 5960, very close to our break even. So like I have said, either we can go inverted at the breach of break even or slightly earlier. So it could be 80-90% of the credit received. So right now it is trading at around 6,000, almost close to 6,000. So yeah, there is only about 1% away the break even. So at this point one can think about going inverted. So what with inverted, what we mean is, since the call is the side that is getting tested, we will roll the put up. So we'll buy this 5600 put back, which is trading for 64.65. So we'll buy this back for 64.65, and then we are going to sell a put option which is at the current market price. So we are going to sell an ATM put option which is 6,000. So we're going to sell 6,000 put option for 207. So the payoff now looks like that of a strangle, which we have said earlier, that payoff and the entire risk profile of a strangle as well as the inverted strangle will be almost identical. The credit which now we have is, earlier we had 460, then we sell this 6,000 put for 207, which makes it 667 minus the debit which we paid for buying back the 5600 put, about 60 bucks. So yeah, 600 is our net credit on this trade. So our break even now gets extended to 6200, which was earlier 6063. So we see that we get more room on the upside if this up move continues. Yeah, so that is one way of adjusting the straddle. Now let's say we did not do that. One of the adjustments that we talked about. Let's say we did not do that. We had this position on, and only at the breach of break even we'll roll the strike high, straddle strike higher. Or if we decide to do that now, we can do that as well. So let's say we buy both call and put option. So 5600 is trading for 450 plus 64, which is 515. If we roll to 5700, that will be 380 plus 90, 470. Yeah, so that's about a debit of 45 bucks. The higher we move in the option chain, the more debit we will have to pay. Obviously it will mean more break even on the upside, but we don't want to move to a much higher strike, because in case there is a reversal, then our position will again get tested on the downside. So either we can think about shifting to 5600, sorry, 5700, or we can think about shifting to 5800. So current break even is 6000 and the market price is 6000. So I think we can shift to 5700 as well. So 5600 is 451 and 64. So let's buy these back. 451, 64, and we are going to sell a new straddle which is 5700. So we sell this and sell the put options as well. Yeah. So now our break even gets extended to 6125. So obviously when we go inverted, our break even gets extended by a much higher range than shifting the strike, then shifting the straddle strike higher. If we had we shifted to 5800, our break even would have been more than 6200. So it's more of an art as to what you want to do. There is no fixed rules as to which can be applied, and straddles can be defended. All right, now few days as we move few days ahead, we see that now it has breached the new break evens. So our new break evens were 6118, and now it has breached 6118 also. So the butterfly that we looked at in case of strangle remains valid in case of straddle as well. So since our short strike is breached, what we can do is we can add a in the money butterfly. So Bajaj Finance is trading at 6150. We can add a 6100 call option, sell two lots of 6300 call options, and buy one lot of 6500 call option. So that happens with a debit of about 20-30 bucks, 30 bucks. So I've added that position, and you see this tent getting created and our break even getting extended further to 6300. Yeah, so this is again something that you can do. All right, I think that's it on the straddle defense. I have tried to throw in some of the ideas which one can look at while defending straddles. Please let me know in comments about this video, and your feedback is appreciated. And guys, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.